one that I wasn't a part of and one that I kind of wasn't left. You know, it's the same way here. We've got seniors that are playing on defense that he didn't really have a hand in recruiting, so he came behind Todd. So there's some freshmen playing for us that he had no hand in. So when you look at it, there's probably the meat and potatoes that we both know, but there's a lot of alternative parts that neither one of us know. There's guys in their defense I had no idea about. So.
KIRBY?
Yeah, Jason will play.
You had Mika as a freshman. What have you seen with the development of him over the last 2 years?
Extremely talented young man. I mean, ferocious competitor, not afraid of contact, smart. I mean, I've never seen a player that can play the number of positions he has within that defense. To play corner, nickel star, money, and safety. I don't know if that'll ever be done. People don't respect how smart you got to be to do that, and I think that's a credit to A, them coaching him, but B, his ability to learn it and retain information.
KIRBY, what was your biggest takeaway?
Just holding everybody in the organization to the fire and making sure that everybody understood defining what their job was and that they do it to a certain standard. I mean, I think that's important in any organization. I think, you know, Coach Saban was very fortunate to learn that from the likes of Don James and Bill Belichick. And those guys had a lot of the same traits where when you hold people accountable and you do it the right way, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's uncomfortable, but everybody's got a job to do, and you make sure they do it to the best of their ability.
You know, not a whole lot. You know, obviously we're a great football team. So at the end of the day,
I'm just trying to be me. I'm not trying to be Nick Saban. I'll be honest with you. Our personalities, for the people that know us, they're not the same. I mean, Nick's incredible at what he does. I'm a different person than Nick. I'm different than Nick in recruiting. But that's okay. I'm okay with who I am. I'm comfortable with that. I'm not trying to be him or emulate him. He's got his own mannerisms, and I've got mine.
How are your personalities different?
You know, I don't know. I think you'd have to ask somebody else that. I think we're both extremely competitive, both very organized, both passionate about our players, and that's why we do this profession.
What are you willing to give up?
How seasoned is Jake at this point? You always heard earlier this year this moment may be too big for Jake. It seems like he's passed every test, and is that storyline kind of come and gone given what he's done?
14 games, right? It's pretty seasoned. I mean, that's a game beyond most people's season.
Yeah, obviously that's always the
so I think he came in with a lot of that seasoning already.
But, you know,
I've always given his high school coach a tremendous amount of credit because they prepared him that way. He played in probably the most competitive league, one of the most competitive leagues in all of high school football across the country. So he was more prepared for this than your average freshman, but he's done a tremendous job handling it, and he's a good leader.
And systematically, you know, they're kind of saying our defense, but you know, obviously they're a good defense. You know, number one in a lot of rankings, and we just kind of go out and play our game and hope it works out for us.
Well, first off, he's a big man that's really talented. He's got soft hands, which we saw the last game. He's got an uncanny ability to strike and roll his hips, and we can all say that we coached that into him, but that came God-given and came from his high school level. He's as talented a big guy that I've seen in a long time. Like, he's the one guy that I would put in Marcel Darius' category, that when you run sprints, he can run with the DBs as well as he can the D-line. He's really talented.